Hey everybody, my name is Scott, and today we're going to solve the number of boomerangs problem on LeetCode. The problem description is we're given n points in a plane that are all pairwise distinct. A boomerang is a tuple of points I, j, and k such that the distance between I and j equals the distance between I and k. So 3 points that are equidistant, basically, from the middle point. So take a look here. We output 2 boomerangs, and here they are: 1 0 0 0 2 0, and then 1 0 2 0 0 0. So the thing to note here is the permutation, right? These are the same set, they're just permutations, different permutations of the same set of points. So let's implement it. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep a hash map. And it's going to be integer to integer. Just going to call it distances. And what this is going to store is it's going to store points that are equidistant from each other, points that are the same distance from each other, and basically a count of those number of points. Going to have an integer boomerangs which starts at 0. That's what we're going to return. Alright, let's loop through the input. And we need to have a second loop inside here. And what are we going to do? Well, the first thing we want to do is if I is equal to j. What does this mean? This means that we are looking at the same point. So we don't want to consider the same point. We don't want to consider the distance from that point to itself. That doesn't make any sense. So we just continue. I is not equal to j. What are we going to do? We're going to get the distance between the 2 points that we have. The distance is equal to just the distance between the 2 points. The distance between the 2 points, the distance between their x and y coordinates, basically, squared. And instead of doing math pow, I just wrote it out explicitly twice. Add that to the, so here's the distance in their x coordinates. Going to add that to the distance in the y coordinates. Alright. Give myself about a 10% chance of having gotten through that without a typo. And then, so we compute the distance between the 2 points by taking the difference in their x values, the difference in their y values, squaring them, adding them together. That gives us the distance. And we put into our map the distance between the 2 of them. And we're going to use a little trick here. This getter default method, which I actually just learned. It's a way of getting something out of a map. If it has nothing, if it's null, then you can set a default value. Alright, so we put it into our map. So this is just mapping the distances between these points. And then out here, for each point, what are we going to do? Well, the number of boomerangs is equal to the number at that distance times number at that distance minus 1. And this is just a permutations thing of the number of permutations of you can make out of those points at that distance. And then at the end, for each point, we need to clear the map out. Alright, let's clean up our syntax errors and typos. Oh, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Heyo, there we go. Alright, so how did this problem work? Kept a hash map of distances. And what this is doing is keeping track of the number of points that are a certain distance away from each other. We loop through the points twice, so basically in each iteration of this loop we get 2 different points. Compute the difference between them, compute the distance between them, put that distance into our map. Okay, and then when we're done looping through all those guys, for each point, what do? For everything in the distance map, the number of boomerangs is the number of boomerangs that distance away times the number of boomerangs minus 1 that are that distance away. And this is just a permutation thing. So that's how you calculate that. That's all for this one. Hopefully you learned some, and we'll see you next time.